Hi. Whoa. Black box. I'm so sorry. We're live, but the game's not live. Give me uno momento, por favor. Let's see. Here's what happens when we add the source to the starting soon. What do you call it? What am I talking about? Scene. That's what the scene. Scene. That's what I want. How happens when you add the source to the coming soon scene, but not. Let's call this automation. But you don't add it to the. Oh no, add existing source. And then we move it down to here, and then we disable game capture, and then we hold up. No, automation. Resize. Ooh. Voila, ladies and gentlemen, we are live with automation. The zoom doesn't seem. It seems fine on my camera. Let me double check my camera's like. There we go. How are we doing? We good? Everyone happy? There's a table behind me now. Right there. And there's a cat over there in the corner, which you can't see, but there's a cat there. There's a table there. We're live. We're playing automation today. I know, on Management Monday? No. Midweek Manager, that's the one. It's not Monday, it's Wednesday. We're going to build a new car. We're going to start with something sort of fun, you know, an 80s hatch, and then we're going to try and drive it around in BeamNG Drive, because that's a thing you can do in this game. It's not a new feature, it's in July, but that's like a thing you can do in automation is export to BeamNG. So we're going to play with that a little bit. It'll be fun. We're gonna design our car. I don't know if anyone here, these are all my cars, have like watched this at all. But there's the Arrow, there's the Phantom, which isn't showing up. We're gonna start with a whole new car. New model. But Fecko boy. You're going to San Francisco. Oh, you're probably playing American Truck Simulator. That's fine. Sounds fun. Let's go. I don't want to do 93. Let's do like a 93 Sport Coupe. I don't want like a NSX supercar. I want like a compact. I don't want a 2.8 meter wheelbase, not a Range Rover. I want something like a 2.3, 2.4 range. 2.5, 85 coupe. Ooh, I don't know what I want. I want something. This is not planned. All this stream's just like to have fun. Maybe 93. What do I have in like 95? Oh yeah, 95 we get some good stuff. Here we go. 2.1 meter compact 4-door sedan. 95 hatchback. What are other like options for 95? We could build like a Monte Carlo. Build a Ute. Oh, I'm so torn. What do I want to do? I want something small, compact. It's not compact at all. 3 meter wheelbase. Jesus. You know what? Yeah, let's build something kind of stupid. Let's go 87, and let's find ourselves a wedge coupe. 74. No, I want 80s. I want an 80 coupe. Like the L-body GM cars. I think this 80 coupe might be our best bet. 80 coupe, 80 coupe. Let's see what's the difference. Cargo volume is higher. This one's got, I think that's what I want. The last coupe. Yeah, let's go with that. Perfect. Next. We're going to make it probably corrosion resistant steel. We're going to do monocoque. Galvanized doesn't cost much more. We're going to steel and then galvanized. It's going to be basically a rust bucket. We're going to run probably an inline 4, or should we run... Oh, what do you want to do? A 2.2 inline 4? Let's do longitudinal inline 4. We'll make it rear wheel drive. Probably can go wishbone and then maybe semi-trailing? What's the difference in expense? Wishbone is a little more expensive. It weighs less, it's better overall. More compact. We don't really need compact. More production units. We're gonna keep it a little cheap. We're gonna use the semi-trailing, which, you know, we could go wishbone, but I don't really want to go wishbone. Anyway, motor, inline, 4. We're gonna make it aluminum block. It's gonna be a 2.2. We're gonna make it hopefully 90 by 90, and then adjust from there. 90 by 90 is gonna be too big. Let's do 88 by 88. I want to make it square because square motors are very well balanced. If we have to make a little over square, maybe 89. Yes, Juno. The cat's meowing at the wall again, as cats do. Yes, she's still meowing at the wall. Slightly, just very slightly over square in line 4. 88.8 by 88 points. Barely noticeable. I kind of want to do single cam. I don't really want to do twin cam. We'll do single cam. What's 4 gonna get us? 4 is, it's 87, so we do want lower emissions. Alright, so we'll do 4 valves per cylinder. Tooling cost is higher. As I say, we'll do aluminum head as well. No BVL, it's the 80s. We're gonna make it just straight up cast. We shouldn't rev it too high. We need a model name. We'll get there eventually. Let's call it the Archer SE. No, we're gonna call it the Archer 2.2 T. And this will be. Oh, the cat is just you know, you meowing. Oh, maybe someone's coming home. Maybe Miss Snaggles is home. What should we call the motor? Thinking, let's just call it like, it's just gonna be the B. That'll be the B4. We're gonna make it really descriptive. 22. Oh, she's so cute. The cat. And Miss Snaggles. She just grabbed the cat and ran downstairs. Let's do 22 OHV T. That's not an O, that's a overhead valve turbo. Pretty straightforward naming conventions with this. Compression will start at probably 8. Cam profile, I want a little sporty but not too. We'll go 50, it's pretty normal. We're gonna turbocharge it. We're just gonna start with performance and drop the intercooler. We need like 130 horsepower is sort of our aim right now. We'll tune this all later. Oh, carbureted? I think if I can do double, I can do single 4-barrel. Alright, let's look at emissions. Yeah, I think injection is so much better for emissions. Maybe we'll go single point, single. We'll do that. We'll actually inject it at the single point. Injector. Alright, we're gonna run unleaded. Gonna run this. I don't want to do too rich. 13.8. I think is a good fuel ratio. Leave the timing there. We'll give it 62. Short cast single. Max power. We don't need a lot. We need a cat though. I guess we're gonna go with the 2-way. And we're gonna go none and then reverse. Alright. So we're knocking pretty bad. We're producing 48 horsepower because of the knocking. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna drop the compression to 7.5. I said 0.5. We're still knocking, so let's do 119 horsepower. Look at that, spot on. 7.3 compression. Alright, 90.6. Let's do 7.2 and then we'll advance the timing a bit to get this sort of synced up a little more. One thing I want to do is, how are we looking? The flow bench, intercooler, intakes, turbine, exhaust could all be a little bigger to maximize. So let's up the intercooler. Oh, I don't want, that's too much horsepower. Let's do 125 horsepower. I actually want to choke it with the compressor. I want the compressor a little bigger. I'm trying to find a way to like smooth the power curve. I dropped the compressor to, let's do 50 millimeters. Because it's actually fine. We could probably drop it down until we start to choke the compressor a bit. Let's do 48 and then we'll, should we decrease the, what if we increase the turbine size? Just to increase the flow. No, that's, we want a little bit of back pressure. Let's do 55. Drop the AR ratio to smooth out the curve a bit. Oh, the turbine's really choking us up. I'm just trying to smooth my torque curve. What if we drop the compressor? There we go. Now we're talking. Perfect. Look at that. 120 horsepower. And look at that power. That's incredible. You can see right where it starts to... The compressor starts to choke it right at the end, which is fine. The exhaust is also choking it, so we will want to tune the exhaust a bit. Let's go back to the fuel system. Intakes are fine. Headers and valves are fine. Conrods are a little stressed. 62 RPM. Maybe we'll do... What happens if... Alright, yeah. So we're going to do 6,000 RPM redline just to increase the reliability rating to 48.1. That's not bad. How bad does the reliability get? Oh, it really starts to dive. Performance index is 88.8. That's not great. Actually, reducing this increases our performance index a lot, but I like 6,000 RPM. It's a good number. Throttle response is pretty good. It takes some time to build. It's actually surprisingly well put together, especially if we go back to the flow bench. The intakes, compressor, valves, headers, it's all fine. The exhaust is choking it, so I might want to increase exhaust diameter. Let's see if we can... Max power 183. Let's go back to the flow bench. Get to... Whoa, 26. I'm trying to think, what are we missing? This does decrease our RON a bit, so we can advance the timing quite a bit. I don't want too much horsepower though, you know, it's the... I don't know. It really helps the performance index. If it's gonna be a performance car. Yeah, let's get the exhaust. Wow, 133? I don't want to spend that much money. Wait till the exhaust is right there, 130. And now we go back to fuel systems and we just advance the timing to use up the rest of our RON. It'll make us less efficient, but it will make the throttle response a lot higher. Alright, we're knocking, so 56. There we go, 130 horsepower. Sort of exactly the target we were going for. 6,000 RPM, 13.8 is pretty good, it means we're pretty lean. My big problem is emissions is 631, which might be too high. We could choke it a bit and then retard the timing. We're still at 130 horsepower, but our emissions, what, 625? What were we? 631. Let's do 625. We'll keep it at 130 horsepower, but we'll, you know, make it a little leaner, which will help out. All right, let's give it a vroom vroom. Look at that bad boy. Sounds nice. Sounds quiet. Let's see. What was the loudness? 31 decibels. Well, we could probably even put a baffled muffler on here. 34.9. Exhaust flows a little better. It doesn't do too much. Yeah, we're going to do that. It just makes it louder and requires a little more cooling. So we'll go baffled. It should sound more time. Sound a little better. A little more rumbly. I like that. It's kind of a cool little engine. Look at that. Alright, so engine's knocking. Oh, probably because we changed the exhaust diameter. We're just gonna pull the timing back a tiny bit, just one click. There we go, perfect. That definitely improved our octane range. Improved our required cooling, reliability a little bit. It's not really worth it at that point. Because the throttle response, 0.1 throttle response. I guess this doesn't really make a big difference. Alright, we'll keep it at 53 if there's no big difference. Alright. We're gonna go with the coupe body. We're gonna morph it a bit. This reminds me of like an 86 Charger. That's sort of what I'm going for. I want to pull the lip back. No, it looks weird. Keep the lip out a bit. There's a way I can like just extend the rear. And then pull the door back a touch. I can bring this up a little more. It's a pretty big door at that point. Let's find the top, raise that up, keep it slanted, because that looks really nice, and the motor will still fit in it. Then we'll make a big I don't need to extend it that much, just a little bit, and then pull the bottom lip in. Nope. Just the front. Come on, just the front. There it is. That's a car I can get behind. I'm gonna flare out the rear just a tiny bit. Perfect. We'll do fixtures, we'll design it all later. It's gonna be longitudinal rear wheel drive. We're gonna put a manual 5-speed in. Let's top speed, let's set it to 120 for now, we'll come back. 125. One of it be open diff, we might change this all later. Radial tires, let's do mediums. Oh yeah, 205s, 225s, that sounds like a plan. 205s look silly in the front. We're gonna do 195s and 215s probably. With 15s, so they're 195, 55 R15s. 55's all right. 90B. Oh yeah, for sure. Let's get those going. Let's do steel wheels. Very 80s of us. Or we could put mags on it. Mags increase the prestige. Increase engineering time. Oh, they cost a fortune though. Let's do alloys instead. We'll change that up. Let's actually fixtures. Wheels, since we did alloys, let's do what's sort of a classic 80s 5-spoke maybe? It's not quite. Oh, none of these are what I want. I think I'm gonna go with those 5 spokes. Alright, cool. Wheels. Brakes, we're gonna put solids on the front, twin pistons, gonna put drums in the rear, we're just gonna leave them as they are. We'll actually do like probably 265s and then we'll do 200s. We'll come back to this later. We'll do 65 front. Nope, 65. With the motor in the front, it's gonna be pretty good. No under tray, no downforce, cooling airflow is normal, brakes normal. I think we're gonna do, I don't know if we should do a bench in the back or do like a parcel shelf. 2+2. Let's do a standard interior. Let's just do standard across the board. No power steering, ABS, standard 80s safety. Gonna run standard springs. Probably do monotube. Passive, set it to sport. Then we'll take a look at our market. So currently, these are the people that are gonna buy it. So it's kind of focused in the light sport track budget, light sport budget category. What are we missing for light sport? Needs more good drivability and sportiness. Good throttle response. I don't know what the bottom left one is. For Gazmia, was it like in Farina? Oh, if we're on the Farinian market, we are set. They like tiny cars like this. So I want to make it like a light sport. I really want budget cars. I kind of like it as a pony car. Low comfort penalty. Let's do light sport budget and let's do maybe pony. Pony likes prestige cars better. It's not comfortable enough. I want like a fun budget car. Competitiveness 63. They like slightly different things. Let's go for light sport budget. Fecka Boy, nice that you're in LA from Phoenix. That's a good drive. I don't want this to be a hardcore track car. Let's just go fun. We're gonna go fun and sort of not worry about light sport budget. So we're going to, what do we need to start with? The drivetrain. 116 is the top speed. So with this, look at that torque curve. It's incredible. I want to put an overdrive gear in here. It should help the fun, but it should reduce wheel spin as well. Yeah, look at that. Drivability's way up. There we go. It starts. We'll put it there. So it's gonna have this like first gear. Where's 60 miles an hour? Hit 60, shift into second. Hit 60 in second, and then can shift into third for immediate acceleration. And you never really, once you hit second, you never drop out of the power curve. It's a pretty good accelerating car. Like, that's a pretty damn good torque curve. And the turbo really helps. You're not really falling off the turbo anytime in the power range. Once you hit, like, whatever this point is in the RPM band, once the turbo finally kicks in, you're just gone. And then you drive fast. So it's 4-speed with an overdrive. What happens if we add, like, I don't know, an automatic locker? Doesn't do much for comfort. None of these really help comfort, which is what we're going for next. Wheels could improve drivability. What happens if we increase diameter of the front wheels? Oof. 7.7, 87. 200s, it's actually better the higher we go. Until we go too far. Look at that. There's so much, it's not drivable enough. This seems to be focusing back towards drivability. There we go. We're kind of at a pretty good balance with the tire size right now. What happens if we increase tire size? I just don't want to penalize drivability so much. We use suspension for a lot of that. Brakes. We're not quite there with the rear brakes, so we're gonna have to beef those up a bit. We'll do 300s. 92. 91.5. I think we're gonna do single piston solid discs at the rear too. We're gonna discs all around. 3.1. We want to, like, there we go. That's not enough. We'll do a little extra braking. These could probably be tuned down. We don't need that much. Should increase comfort too. Or what we could do is leave them at 260s. Leave these at like 215s and then drop the pad type to increase the comfort. There we go. Now we're seeing the comfort come up a bit, so we'll increase size. Actually could decrease size of these, the two pistons, and really make them soft pads. Let's do 35s. 96.1. I think a little bigger would help everybody. Not there. This is just increasing affordability, which is helping. Decreasing weight. Alright, looks like 230s. Why are there rear brakes? Oh, because these are two pistons. What if we went to one piston and like jacked up the size? 91.3. Oh no. Two piston and significantly smaller. I think it'd be weird to have smaller front brakes than rear brakes. I did two piston on the rear. Affordability dropped significantly, but we should be able to drop that down. Here we go, now we're talking. Tiny little brakes in the rear. Drop the front. There it is. Perfect. This is a terrible car. Look at that. Tiny little two-piston brakes. Actually, tiny brakes at the front too, but they're itty bitty. Look at them. Look at the little brakes. That's ridiculous. We're gonna go back to one pistons at the rear and make them a reason. This is. Sorry about all the dicking around. I'm still getting 96 competitiveness, which isn't great. I think it's still a comfort penalty, so we'll fix that. I like that. Perfect. I did not mean to hit 300s. Please go back to 245s, whatever you were. There it is. 245s and then 230s in the front. We could do a more aggressive pad type. If we put this up to 40 and then made these one pistons, massive one pistons, and really beefed up the pad type, Nah, I changed my mind. Go back to 40, please, or 35s. And then, like, not huge. Probably were 230s, I think. Let's do two. What happens if we do 245s? Oh, it's too expensive. Let's do 235s. Sorry, I'm spending a lot of time digging on the brakes, but it's very important. Aero, we don't need. Interior, this is where it gets good. What if we do 93? 104, fun. 104.9. We're definitely not going to be a track car anymore, but we do get into the convertible sport budget, and we're still in the fun range. So having them be, what if we did a single seat? Wait, they'd really like that? 104, all right. That'd be a ridiculous car. They don't want a bench. They don't want half seats in the front. All right, fine. We'll get your 2 seats. How would a premium interior feel to you? Nope. Like standard? Sport? Nope. Luxury? No, it's just getting too expensive at that point. Basic? Standard slightly better. Basic would be for like track cars. What about a cassette in there? Nope. Premium 8-track? What's the affordability drop to with premium 8-track? Is 66%. Standard 8-track is 68. Basic. Oh, that's even better. What if there's no entertainment? No. I'll have a basic 8-track player, nothing fancy. I know. Let's do hydraulic power steering. Variable hydraulic power steering? 115, really? Affordability's way down, but so many more people will have it. What if we get rid of ABS? Not worth it. I think basic 70s is not gonna fly. Yeah, we want the standard. Advanced is gonna bring the price up. I want, 67% affordability. Suspension tuning. We're actually doing quite well. What if we... That's not good. Here we go. 113.6. I think we found the sweet spot right there with our camber. .7. I think this is going to be pretty well tuned for sportiness, and any variations going to really want stiffer. Oh, I see. We're lining up the. No. 3 it is. Dampers. A little stiffer. What about back here? No, 118. 116. Oh yeah, sorry. Stiffer dampers. Just a little stiffer than it was asking us. His comfort's very important for these guys. How am I getting rid of the sway bar? It's not worth it. I don't want to sacrifice comfort though for a stiffer car, Rear sway bar? I pulled the rear sway bar out pretty well. We don't bottom out, so we can probably lower the ride height if needed, which reduces comfort too much. I think we're pretty good at 192. Look at this thing. It actually doesn't look too bad. It's a pretty good looking car. Those wheels are like real close to the frame there. Hopefully the springs are pretty stiff. I think that's about it. So what does it look like in Gazmia? It's a pretty good fun car, good budget pony car in Gazmia. Pretty good sport budget car. Arcana, it's definitely a fun premium car. Shows the difference in the markets there. Het Vestia, I know nothing about here. It's just a solid, good fun car, a good fun budget car, but not super affordable. Good pony car. A lot of green in the city eco, utility sport, convertible sport. A lot of green, like the sort of sport segments. Delua, it's very green in the sport cars. Farina, I think, is to be the target. It's definitely not a good luxury. Seat count penalty for luxury premium. Low comfort penalty. It's not hitting the low comfort penalty for any of these anymore. All right. Now we're gonna go and design it, which is my least favorite part. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a grill in. I could do like a Kia grill. A little mustache. kind of like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it a little longer and a little bigger. Big in, please. It's gonna be like a little mustache on this thing. And I'm going to take headlights. What is that headlight? And I want like a simple. Here we go. I want these like pretty good looking GM style headlights, like old Pontiacs and whatnot. Shrink this down underneath. He's a little taller. Original plan is something different, but I'm kind of liking how this is going, where this is going. You know, I'm gonna eliminate that. I have a plan. Let's go back to the grill. I want just a straight across, square-sided open grill. This one, let's go. That. We're gonna line it up with the lights. Run it across. To there, and you're maybe thinking, what about your headlights? Oh, but wait. Bam! Alright, I just need to embiggen them, find a better size placement for them. Nope, please give me the headlights, thank you. Look up there, this is going to come up here and get a little taller. And a little wider, just stick out, right? Like so. Perfect. Not a bad start to this car. And now I want a single bar. I'm going to do a real thin. I want this bar to be chrome. I don't want the whole thing to. That's fine. We'll make it all chrome. A nice little thin, like gaping mouth thing going on down here. Right up under the bumper. I think I'm gonna put little rally lights down here. Little fog lights down here. Not those ones. Those are too big. Can I just get like fog lights? There we go. This is the Archer 2.2T. Make them smaller, and they're gonna sit in what will effectively be little vents on the sides. Let's find some vents. Let's find some that match the shape. I want those for sure. The trick with this is they're not at all aligned how I want them to be. I don't want to rotate clockwise. There we go, cardinal lock. That's what I want. I want them like that, but a little bigger. I want them to sort of flare out. I actually want them to flare out from the grill. So these will like sit inside of them. And the grill is going to be down and a little taller. And I want it to be sitting on top of these vents. So the vents like come out from the grill. A little narrower. Boom. I said boom. There we go. It's our front. Looks pretty gnarly. It looks terrible, but it looks gnarly. Now we need indicators. I'm gonna put. These are going to be. Please align cardinal lock on. I'm gonna sit here on the corners. No, I don't want this. I want like that style for sure. Let's undo. Let's rotate. Use a rotate. We'll just like wang them in there. Boom. Perfect. Is it possible to include the indicators without looking awful? Yes, it is. Nice. Alright, we're gonna put little side indicators on there. Good. Urban Commando, what's up? I would listen to this music in my actual garage. I know this is not Dota. This is the car company Tycoon game. Little side indicators on here. Not that anyone ever looks at those. We're gonna make this kind of a basic look because we're not doing too much with it. Taillights. I want something square. I want exactly these. I want them sectioned in 3 pieces, and I want them massive. Like massive, massive. Here we go. I want them right up against there. Oh, that looks terrible. Grill. Again, I just want like big wide something to look like some sort of like weird diffuser. I'll put it above the rear bumper then. Where's my flip vertical? See, the problem is I want this like down there, but I can't fit it there. I'm gonna make it skinnier. Here we go. Where's the mirror button? Mirror. Right there instead of the wheels. Perfect. And now we go exhaust tips. We find these little exhaust tips and we throw them in here, make them a little, because it's pretty small exhaust. We're gonna bring them forward a layer. And we will mirror as well, because dual exhaust in a 4-cylinder is hilarious. We'll put them dead center. Actually, I'm gonna take these and shrink them down a bit. Put them out there. That's the exhaust. This looks pretty boring, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. Very basically designed, nothing super fancy. We already did the wheels. I do want like some turbo badge on it. The turbo badge like right there, like the Elantra turbo. Turbo. I changed my mind. Please go back to Misc Features. Turbo. Look at that. That's pretty cool. It's not great. You would cruise with the girl in this? With the grill in this car, man? Yeah, it's kind of a cool car. You seat you and your friends. The best part is it's 130 horsepower, and if we get rid of the hood, the bonnet, pardon me. Oh, it's not the right time for the bonnet. Let's save real quick. It won't let me get rid of the bonnet, which is frustrating. Remove the body, you can see our beautiful 2.2 liter turbo motor in there. Look at that size of that turbocharger. It's pretty good looking. It's obviously not like hooked up to anything. Pretty simple car. Alright, cool. Oh, you know what we need? I forgot something. I need... Where's hood fixtures? We need an offset. So this has got a turbocharger, right? We need one of these... Nope. Like offset bumps. There we go. Man, the 80s never looked so good. Say 1987 never looked so good. Alright, cruising with the grill in this, you'd be like, hell yeah, it's got a turbo bump. Should be right above the turbocharger. More or less. Intercooler should fit in the front. There we go, we got ourselves a car. Summary, we can export car to Beam NG drive. That's how we roll. Export, please. Looks like a 78 Sirocco. It's supposed to be an 87 Charger. That's what it's modeled off of. Hence the 2.2 turbo. But it's much more powerful. Alright. Now I'm going to... Or how do I do this? Listen to the sweet music and dance a bit. We're gonna take it for a spin. This is my favorite addition to this game. It's being able to export your cars. Rear dampers are hard. Yes, I understand. Lots of overdrive due to long gearing. Rear tires are wide. Brakes show slight brake fade. They're fine. Options, audio. We're gonna turn the music down real quick. And we're going to leave this here. And then... 1 second, I'm gonna do a little something something. And we're gonna launch BeamNG Drive. This should appear on top of the game we're playing. This should work. We'll see if it works. Fat tires. I know, my tires are too fat. Should have gone on the sports compound for it, but they'll survive. Trying some stuff with like app layering. It didn't seem to. It's not appearing. It doesn't appear to work. 1 second. I might. For a second, we'll see if this does it. Come on, do it. BeamNG is not working. So what I'm going to do is plus window capture, add source, new source, BeamNG Drive, add new source, your cursor. Done. Yeah, sorry, it's gonna be over the top real quick. It's not capturing it. We'll see if it works. Oh, that's weird. See my cursor? Well, maybe we won't do this. Maybe we won't do BeamNG Drive. That was me removing it. Okay, never mind. I just wanted to play with my car. We can see how it does on the test track here then. Let's also go back to options. Turn the music back on. I like the music. Bloop. What am I looking for? Testing. I was gonna hot lap it on the test track, but we can just see how it does. Go! Assuming this works. Listen to that inline 4 purr. See right where it hits the power band, about 4,000 RPM. Hitting 40 miles an hour. The big thing is going to be how fast it gets around the slingshot. The top's out at 117, which isn't great. Crash test on me patch in 2019. The thing 0 to 100 is 8.1 seconds, which is pretty poor. That's really bad, but we're doing 80 miles an hour around Brian's Bend. Coming to Ban Hammerhead, let's see what happens. Got around it, nearly 30 miles an hour. Hit 60 before Caswell's carousel. I really ride through the carousel at 50 miles an hour with a tire squeal. I think making it a 4-speed and not having an overdrive would be a smarter idea. Or not making it overdrive. You can probably try that and see what happens. Here we go, gonna hit top speed. In 4th gear. 5th gear. 100 around the corner, and then starts going uphill after the corner, which is a problem around the slingshot. Holding steady at 114, that's pretty good. No brake for Bavarian Bend. Hard brake around the second half of Bavarian Bend, and we're gone. And now the best part, Kill Rob Chicane, which is a pain. Coming in off 4th gear, hit 90, brake. There we go. Way down. 30 miles an hour on the chicane though is really good. On the gas through Palm Sickle. In the 3rd gear. I can stage between 4 and 6,000 RPM. That's pretty nice. And slowing down for Adam's apex. Get around that at about 45, I'd say. 46. That's not bad. Back on the gas. On the way to Cossack Corner. Oh, it's already a terrible time. 2:15. The brake. Alright. 64. Brake for Lamb's Hope around the corner, and then hit it for the straight. Second gear. Look at that acceleration, though, from second gear. Alright. I'm going to cross the line with a time of 2:35.72. It's not bad. If we do it on the Top Gear test track, we can see that as well. Don't you love the Top Gear test track? Isn't that exciting? It's not the Top Gear test track, it's the airfield track, but we know exactly what it is. These devs weren't messing around when they did this. So, I wish I could figure out to get BeamNG Drive up. I'm looking on the Top Gear test track for like a 130 would be what I think this thing will do. Well, I don't think it's going to be like necessarily that slow, but I assume it'll be a 130. It's not a very good car. Its top speed is about 40 miles an hour lower than what I'd want. I think a lot of that's to the fact that it just like runs out of power. I mean, it's rev limited. So if I didn't do Forge, I could make it like extreme race version of it, or I could make like a super basic version. We'll see. It's basically a 4-speed with an overdrive. If I did a true 5-speed, it should be fine. Dunfeld, thank you. Yeah, the Dunfold airfield. It's the Top Gear test track. Alright, we're coming through. We're gonna hit 100 miles an hour in the backside of this. Oh, it's gonna be way worse than a 125. Here we go. Probably a 132. Oh. 134.56. That's awful. Well, that's fun. We should start a new car and build something stupid.